Благодарим нашу аудиторию за вопросы.
We thank the audience for their questions and for their active participation. We continue our tour around the globe. The next speaker will talk about the AI applications in Pakistan. The government in Pakistan has been investing a lot in technology. There is a national AI center in Pakistan, and the main industry benefiting from AI is agriculture. Please welcome Dr. Rana Fayyaz Ahmad, AITeC Center.
AITeC Центр технологий искусственного интеллекта.
AI Technology Center, Islamabad, Rana Fayyaz Ahmad. Pakistan's AI landscape leveraging AI to transform agricultural sector.
So my name is Dr. Fayyaz, and I am from Artificial Intelligence Technology Center under National Center for Physics, Islamabad, Pakistan. The title of my talk is Pakistan's AI landscape in perspective of agriculture, how the AI technology is transforming this field. Here is the outline of my presentation that I will discuss about some AI statistics in Pakistan, agricultural sector in Pakistan, and some case studies we have deployed across the country. So first of all, I will tell you about what is AITeC. It's basically a research and development center with having a dedicated expert researchers, developers, computational resources, and a data center. We are linked with academia and industry as well, and we are involved multiple AI projects at national level. So here we have a different labs which is covering the full spectrum of AI. For example, we have 8 core labs, which is computer vision, machine learning and deep learning, predictive analytics, quantum machine learning, data science, autonomous AI and decision support, natural language processing, software optimization for edge computing, and there is another lab that is called software development and prototyping, because when we train our model, we need to transform that models at the deployable stage. So there is a need to a dedicated resources who can able to make a dedicated AI software which are easily deployable at different applications. So AITeC is working on a different key application area, for example, agriculture and precision farming, big data analytics, healthcare, education and personalized learning, autonomous and exploration robotics, Internet of Things and smart system, and also AI software developments. So first, I will tell you about some statistics, what is at the moment where we are. About Pakistan, we have a population around 240 million, which is the 6th largest in the world. Urdu and English is its main languages, and we have the different 6-7 provinces. So about the market size, currently we have around 700 million USD market, but which is projected to be 3,000 USD around 2030 in the different fields of robotics, machine learning, autonomous AI, and SIMS. There is no change in market after 2024, and there is a stability in the market. Impact on GDP. Currently, we have a GDP around 1.49% of a total country's GDP, and which is projected to be increased by 11.2% of the total GDP of Pakistan. There is a number of AI tool users in Pakistan. We have 464,000 users, and which is going to be increased around 18,000 users. Annual AI publications, we have around 3.4K, and which is projected to be increased around 5.23. There is a big rise in the generative AI market in Pakistan, because as you know that as a generative AI is growing on, so there is also an exponential rise in the trend of generative AIs. So we have the currently 93.3 USD market, and which is going to be projected 10 times, like it's a 900 million USD by 2030. So our government is also took an initiative to draft this national AI policy last year. The policy has 5 main pillars. For example, first pillar is AI market enablement. Second pillar is enabling AI through awareness and readiness. The third one is the building progressive and trusted environment. The fourth one is transformation and evolution. And the fifth one is the international collaboration and research. So some are the key features, like we need 10,000 AI experts at the moment. We plan to train 1 million graduates, which is from different backgrounds like computer science, engineering, IT, by 2030. We have also our national AI fund to support AI. We are also in the process of developing different centers of excellence AI across the country in different provinces. There is also option for the on-job AI training and also the scholarship for the students at the higher level. So these are the key points which the national AI policy of Pakistan has. So because I am from the Artificial Intelligence Technology Center, what contribution we have done in the agriculture sector of Pakistan? Because AITeC was working on the different domains like healthcare, agriculture, education, food security, etc. So I will just show you how we are developing something to help our farmers across the country. So why we need the smart farming? If we talk about some stats that by 2050, the world population increased to the 9.7 billion people hold the words. So what happened, food demands about like 70% increase in food demand across the world to meet the future needs. And there is a limitation of traditional farming, which the current methods cannot scale sustainability to meet these demands. So what will the role of smart technology is that AI and other innovative technologies optimize resources and enhance agricultural yields. Because to meet up to cope of the large amount of the food required in the coming years, so there is need to switch from the classical agricultural techniques to the modern. And AI is a very good, which can help the farmers to increase their yields and also to increase and make a better decision to produce more food. So what is the agricultural economic role in Pakistan? Globally, we talk about that 4.1% is GDP, which is like the backbone of the developing countries. In Pakistan, agriculture accounts for 25% of GDP, implying 37% of the workforce. So like it's a huge number people associated in the agriculture domain, around like 37% of population in Pakistan is associated with the agriculture. So improved agriculture practices can significantly boost the economy and ensure food security. So these are some data I have discussed, that like what is the GDP we had at the moment and how the current labor force is involved. So challenges, what are the challenges involved in the agriculture? That is like inefficient use of resources, climate unpredictably, because the climate plays a vital role in producing the different crops like wheat, rice, and cotton. And there is also a lack of detailed real-time data, effective decision-making for the crop management. Because if you are doing a crop management, you need a quick decision support. If the decision is delayed, so it will be like a disaster for a farmer that the crop is destroyed. So there are some things which can involve in conventional methods, because, for example, if we are talking about the monitoring of crop, there are traditional methods. For example, one is the satellite monitoring. Satellite data is available, but it will give you a broad spectrum of the area, and the resolution is very poor. So you cannot see what kind of disease on the crop is, because it's covering just the area. So and also there is a manual technique, or traditional techniques, which is the farmer is using. They are using the random samplings and to get some data, but both are like inefficient and inaccurate, because both methods fail to deliver timely insight need for proactive agriculture requirements. So AI-powered agriculture, what is that? AI offer data-driven solutions, like it will be used for the yield prediction, crop health monitoring, pest detection, irrigation. If we integrate AI and the UAV technologies, it can deliver a high-resolution imagery as compared to the satellite imagery. and also enable a faster data processing because the satellite images are very large and it's a low resolution, but UAV images we are able to get the lower heights and have a good resolution of the crop or the field. And it can empower farmers with a precise and informed decision making. So advancing precision agriculture from approximation to exactness. For example, in conventional methods, relied on the broad segmentation of satellite imagery, often including irrelevant vegetation, leading to an imprecise estimate. Because we are moving from the coarse to fine. So what we need in the modern methods, using high-resolution imagery to isolate crops of interest, enables accurate yield predictions and spore disease detection by identified effective areas. So what we did that we have used some data, open source data, to develop our own models. I will show you some results that I am talk about the yield estimation of wheat crops. So farmers lack reliable tools for accurate wheat yield estimation. Solutions, what we have, use UAVs to capture high-resolution imagery, detect wheat spikes in the images using AI-enabled models, estimate yield based on spike count and region-specific weight area. If we talk about the simple, most of know the simple object detection problem, when you have an image like you have a car, scenery, buildings, it's very easier to detect. But when we talk about the micro object detection, like you can see this wheat crop, it's very difficult to detect the wheat tassel from its background. So it's a very complex and challenging problem. So first, what we did, we used the open source data that is a global wheat detection and data contained from the Europe, Australia, China wheels. And it produced some results that we deployed the state-of-art YOLO V8 faster RCN AE models, and we get the accuracy of 89 and 92%. However, what we did, that model is not working on our own SETA did. So what we did, we have developed a UAV which is able to collecting the data from a wheat crop and also deploying the train our model or own data sets. Because on the open source data set, when you used our own crop, it's not working. So you can see that how these tassels of the wheat cross red marks is counting. So if we are able to count a total number of spikes of the wheat crop, we are able to predict the precise yield estimation. So, and our currently results are 85%. We are able, because this is like a process of getting a more data. If in AI, because this technology is data-driven, if you have a more data and it is properly labeled, so you are able to get a good results. For in this case, it took, because for the open source data, they have a very good resolution, but limited images, and also the different changes in the data is not there. So here in the actual scenario, we have own data. The only problem is that we need a data labeling. So it took around 3 to 6 months to label these images with the specific micro spikes inside the data. So AI sometimes seems like on internet, you see that you have the open source data, you run your code and you get the result. But we come to the practical problems, like in the agriculture, we need a labeled data for our own wheat. The global or something other countries wheat, because there is a change in the variety of wheat crops, so we are not able to get the same result with the open source data. So this is like we have done with our own data set, and the data is acquired through the UAV drone. It's like around 5 to 10 meter heights, because if the drones cannot go to the lower heights. So it's like something around 5 meters or 10 meters okay to get the data. We have developed for the farmers a portal that if anybody, any farmer can record the data through drone and able to input the data to our portal, it will able to count its number of tassel and estimate the yield of its farm. So this is the web application of our portal. So how it's look like, you have to log in, then the user can sign in, go to the wheat yield estimation. I think there is a problem in running the video. So, because how I will tell you verbally that you can input the data, and after that, After that, there are different modes. For example, you can input a big image. You can directly input the video to that software. Anything, different option the farmer has is, so it can input the data and get its results. So we have also everyone's data, how the model is working. It's basically a real-time weed detection and real-time visualization as well. So there is what is insight and impacts. So what the yield estimation improves resource allocation, market planning, and pricing strategies. For farmers, gain confidence in making data-backed decision, reducing risk. Overall, the approach contributes to the food security and economic stability, which is, I am talking previously that in the future, we need, all over the world need the food security because the number of population is increasing. So this kind of the system which can help the farmer is very good, and AI can help the farmers to get more good results and make a decision making. So there are some challenges associated with this kind of, because there is a variability in the wheat, and also there is something, a region-specific data sets and diversity, genetic diversity of the wheat crop. So future is likely to get more data, and also this data can be shared publicly so that other people can also train their model, so get the good solution to us. So there is another one is like we have done for the yield estimation of wheat crop. The another one is the disease classification for a wheat crop. So because if the farmers cannot detect timely the disease of the wheat, it's like a disaster. So also there is in the Pakistan, the farmers have there is a resource unavailability, like there is a very less agri-experts who can guide the farmers that what kind of diseases are. So it's like if the disease spread over the wheat crops, so it is like a disaster to them. And also there is a costly and ineffective solution because for the cost. So how AI is boosting the agri sector in Pakistan, like precision farming, decision detection, and yield estimation? There are different private companies who are developing different apps like Khabardar Kisan, AgriDost, and AITeC and Farmer also have developed AI-powered mobile application for the disease diagnosis and management. So what we have done is that we have made a wheat disease classification on our own data. So this is like you can see the vertical axis, different diseases of the wheat crop, like leaf rust, stripe rust, stem rust, some powdery mildew versus healthy. So this is the different types of diseases we have, and our system is able to detect that through AI. So we have trained the latest, use the vision transformer model to train this one and able to classify different classes of the wheat crop. So this is the Android application framework. What we have at the backend server, which is built on the Django framework. Then we have the front end. We have developed on React Native. So this is the whole scenario, and the user from the mobile application is able to log in, take the picture of any plant of the wheat, and able to detect that its plant is healthy or what kind of disease and the remedy is available. So this is the mobile app. You can log in. So this is a little demo how that user. You can take images. You can take images from your own gallery. For example, this is image cap. It is processed and tell you the disease. And there is also some information to farmers that is organic control and the chemical control, because you detected the disease, but how to resolve that solution. So it will this mobile app provide the farmer about the organic solution as well the chemical solution, like what kind of fertilizer, one kind of chemical spray is needed to reduce that disease as well. And also there are the calculation. So we are extending this mobile app to the different crops, like currently we did for the wheat crop, and we will extend it to rice, cotton, and the other crops of Pakistan. So it's like a demo. Okay, so other activities, like we are also working to giving solution to the community. For example, this is one of the community service project that is sign language translator for Pakistan, because British Sign Language, American Sign Language, because their signs are different. The data sets or the systems are available for the deaf people who cannot listen or talk. So we are developing a solution that it can, based on our own data sets, or the people who are just like deaf and can, we are able to provide its solution. So this is like the basic framework for that Pakistani sign language. For the deaf people, we have a data, then we go different signs of Pakistan. We will doing the data annotation. And also with the data annotation, we are training the pose estimation model, like face, hand, pose, and train our model. When you train your AI model, there is a user who requests make a sign. For example, it's a hello sign. It will capture, go to the model, file is uploaded, match and predict, and the word hello is come. So it is come in terms of textual information and also in terms of speech as well. So this is the project we are working. So we have developed a system, a mobile application, like it's a limited sign, because around we have in our language for the deaf people, there are 200 signs. So for the 200 signs, there is a huge compute resources required. So at the proof of concept, we have just did some limited signs over there. So potential areas of AI in Pakistan where we can interact, like healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing industry, smart cities, energy sector as well. And what is way forward AI trend? So like we can develop a AI-enabled solution for the agriculture, health, education, which can be very helpful to the people of Pakistan. And as being a AITeC is open to collaborate with international research institute working on AI application in different sectors. So we are in the process of it. So thank you very much for your time.
Dr. Rana Ahmad.
Dr.
Much for your presentation and for sharing your knowledge and experience. Let me ask some questions from our audience.
Okay.
The first question that we have: what are the key issues and challenges that remain for the development of AI in your country? Lack of skilled professionals, limited resources and funding, lack of infrastructure, or legal framework?
Okay, there are different aspects. For example, when we talk about the data. So we have the data. The number one is that the user or the government institutes is not ready to give the data due to the data privacy. So that is the big issue. So everyone is like that, its data is protected. So government has developed a data policy to handle that task. And there is also, like, we are a developing country, we have the limited compute resources. But we are trying to develop our own high-performance computing, because for the AI, we need it. And we are also collaborating internationally to get, if someone is like agreed, because nowadays there is a sanctions from US on the NVIDIA systems, high-end, so we are not able to get it, like on China and Pakistan as well. So this is the big key issue, like for the development of AI system, we need the high-end compute resources. And also there is a lack of manpower. We have like more than 50% of population is from between age 19 years to 30 years. So we have a people like, I will give you just an example. On Fiverr, the Pakistani is like 2.7 million who is working on Fiverr or some other platform, in the number 2 in the world. So we have the manpower. The only is that we need some mechanism, because the government recently announced our national AI policy. So how to engage that a large population to a one direction to develop AI system, and also training our own people. So like this will become in future. So that's it.
We have a lot of questions.
Okay.
The second one is, what do you think? How can AI change agriculture in the next 5 years?
Okay, because I just give you some statistics in future, because there is a rise of demand of food. So the conventional method cannot cope to this solution. So it required to double, triple, or 4 times the yield of the different crops, like wheat, rice, or something. So in the coming 5 years, if we are the countries, developing countries who are based on agriculture, use the AI as a system of tools to their farmers, because there are different parameters which the crop has, like something like weather prediction, you have to make the decision, irrigation problem, water problems, disease is one of the main keys, because if the disease spread in the field and you are not able to detect, because in the visually you see that your crop is okay, but when you get the drone imagery, the spots can be identified like rusting, where is the disease is going to spread. And also with the drone technology, if we link the pesticide control, so it can go to that location, detect and spray automatically. So it will increase the yield very quickly. So it means like in the coming years, AI is spreading, so I hope so that it's like a game changer, and the food security issue of the world and Pakistan as well be solved if we use AI more efficiently. Thank you.
Okay, and one more question.
Okay, sure.
If you don't mind.
No, it's okay.
How can the interest of young people in studying AI and related disciplines be increased?
So there are, because the training program, because today a lot of data are something available on internet, that the only is that there are a full spectrum of jobs, because everybody can plug in. If it's a computer scientist, data engineer, data scientist, IT professional, everyone. Because this is the whole, a big pipeline, so where you can fit yourself based on your skills. And these skills are learnable. It's not very different, because, for example, I will give you example, the agriculture data are just a normal technician level, or you can say a grade 10 or grade 12 level, just to label that data. It's like a job, because on online platform, there is a lot of jobs for the data labeling, because when your data is not labeled, the AI will not produce a good result. So proper label, like it's a very simple job, anybody can do. Get some tool, use to it, and do the data labeling, data engineering, data analytics, so everything. So it's a very big spectrum of AI for the youngster. So they can have to think where they can fit. So, and also the learn online, because on the YouTube, everything, different courses, tools are available, so they can quickly jump in and get earning, like a self-employment or something. So it's like everybody is like getting engaged, so the problem of unemployment of the world can be solved, or it's reduced by using the AI and AI-assistive tools.
Thank you. It's very inspiring.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dr. Rana Fayyaz Ahmad.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your fascinating speech and for answering audience questions.